At the contest among the champions of all shelters, Ha-sen had seen Yu Qingsun, but did not pay attention to her. Since she did not tell Ha-sen who she was, he did not recognize her. Ha-sen thought of her as a training mate instead of an actress whom he would be working with, or else he would let her win at least once. So, Yu Qingsun was miserable. Really, really miserable. Having played a dozen times on the simulation machine, Yu had used all she had, trying to win one round. But she really could not. Her opponent was so good that it was almost creepy. With unparalleled techniques, he brought his SKTs to life. Fighting Ha-sen reminded Yu Qingsun of her practice with revolvers. It was like a fight between an adult and a kid. She saw no hope, but her opponent seemed to be deliberately teasing her, allowing her to show what he had and then knocking her out. No matter how pissed Yu Qingsun was, the gap in their strength was objective. Her anger changed nothing but her mood. Although proud, she was nothing like Zhang Yang. After losing a dozen times, Yu Qingsun quit the fight and walked out of the simulator. Is he really an unevolved student from a military academy? Yu Qingsun was very skeptical that Ha-sen was simply an evolver. There was no other explanation for him to be able to achieve this level. But when Ha-sen came out of the simulator, she saw his face and denied her own guess. Ha-sen's look was on the tough side, but his skin became very smooth. After he had started practicing jade skin, Yu Qingsun could tell at first sight that Ha-sen was not an evolver, but her peer. Judging from how young he looked, she thought he might be even younger than she. Didn't you know that I am a freshman? Ha-sen wondered why she would even ask. Since she was arranged to practice with him, Digang should have briefed her on his portfolio. Yu Qingsun cast an odd look at him. He was indeed younger, since she was already in sophomore year. You are so good at this. How did you practice? Yu Qingsun was finally convinced that he was younger, but much better than her, and accepted the fact that Ha-sen were to star the commercial. Coming from a military family, she had a straightforward style and respected whoever stronger than herself. Just lots of time and energy. Haven't you heard that saying? Ha-sen shrugged, feeling slightly proud of himself being praised by such a beauty. What saying? Yu Qingsun was confused. Success is 99% of talent plus 1% of hard work. Ha-sen laughed. Yu hesitated and asked him, you mean that success is 99% of hard work plus 1% of talent, right? Quote. Sorry, made a mistake there. Ha-sen felt a bit embarrassed, thinking that he should go more often to the cultural courses at school so that he could pass the school's semi-annual assessment. Yu Qingsun looked at Ha-sen, and suddenly felt he meant what he had said. Without any calluses on his hands, he had skin as smooth as tofu and looked nothing like someone who would work hard. 99% of talent plus 1% of hard work? I will keep that in mind. She cast another glance at him. Although she did not believe in geniuses, Ha-sen seemed to be a living example. Liu Changming and Zhu Wenchang both watched their simulated fights and were surprised by the outcome. It was hard to find any match for Yu Qingsun among her peers. However, she lost to Ha-sen completely, which was absolutely beyond their expectations. It seems that Ha-sen was better than we have imagined. Great addition to the special squad. When he becomes an evolver in a couple of years, he will be even more extraordinary, Liu Changming pondered and said. Zhu Wenchang nodded. Qing Shan has great judgment. It was impressive that she was able to pick him out. I have always had faith in the people chosen by the Keens. Liu Changming laughed. Ha-Sein later learned that Yu was the heroine instead of his training mate. As cheeky as he was, he felt embarrassed. Fortunately, Yu Qingzhen did not know his thoughts. Because she had been convinced by Ha-Sein's talents, she was very cooperative in the shooting. In fact, even if she was not convinced, as a soldier, she would do her best to follow the order. The only difference was that she would act more naturally this way. During the shooting, Yu Qingzhen would spar with Ha-Sein and ask him questions whenever she had the opportunity. As she got to know him better, she felt even more intimidated by him. Ha-Sein's speed was one of the things that made her feel inferior too. She estimated that she would only be able to do that when she maxed out on her sacred Geno points. Later, she treated him as a superior and even an idol to catch up with. If it weren't for his tender skin, she might even treat him as a teacher. However, she rather enjoyed squeezing Ha-Sein's face for the nice feel, which was actually quite alarming for Ha-Sein. The effect of jade skin had shown and he was afraid that someone might be able to tell that he was practicing this hyper-Geno art.